Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me.
I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, bringing in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out cold on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One grill to rule them all, one grill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on my throat. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chilling on my rhymes, never missing a beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for defeat. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. Hey folks, how's it going? Welcome to a Saturday edition of Didn't Know If Megalodon's Foe would be coming on, so I had to change the thumbnail out.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here in all my Christmas gear. I'm here.
It was really funny. I was like, hey, just in case. You're like, hey, I'll be on. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to change that thumbnail real quick. I always like people to know from the thumbnail who's going to be on the show. You know,
and I shared it out on Locals and on Twitter. So you better get in here. There's a live chat on Locals going on. If you can send me your memes there, that would be fun. Other than that, I mean, how could I miss this? There's an order from the federal judge to get to. And there's a bunch of morons jumping around like they won something.
I know. How many times can something say denied and you be like, we won? It's like, wait a minute.
I know, it's weird. There's a lot of like, I don't know, like two movies going on, right? They're living in a totally different movie. We're hearing this.
Denied, sit down.
And somehow they are hearing, you won. I don't know. But before we get going, I actually have a fun surprise. Does anybody want to see me open a Christmas present from one of you? I thought I'd turn the camera on for a minute because
yes,
I got two presents. Let's see it. I got two presents actually. So this beautiful piece of artwork is a diamond painting of my avatar that Deanne sent me. And those of you who remember Deanne, she used to do beading, but she got arthritis and can't do it. So she sent her beading stuff to my daughter. And then she just sent me this out of the blue. She said she's doing diamond paintings now. That's easier on her hands. But look what she did. This is so cool, you guys.
I love that. That looks great, man.
Doesn't it look amazing? Like I'm so happy. Anyway, I'm going to find a way to hang it probably like, over here somewhere. But in the meantime, it can sit here. But I have another one. I have another box from someone who was local who wanted me to open this. Don't worry, I've taken all the addresses off the box, so we won't be doxing. I won't be doxing myself.
It's funny. The other night, I'll note this. Like the other night, I told Megan, like I had it locked in. I thought I might have to take her off her own live stream because I was afraid she was going to have her address on it.
Oh, it says, Megan, Merry Christmas, best wishes for the new year. And it's from Lori. So I did put out on Twitter that I have a themed Christmas tree, and I have a feeling that this is for my Christmas tree. Because Lori,
what is your theme, by the way?
Well, it's all foxes.
Oh.
I have a fox-themed Christmas tree because obviously, since our last name is Fox, many people have given us fox ornaments over the years. So I have so many of them that I decided to do an, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, shut up. That's so cute. It's hand painted and everything. Look at that. It's going to go. That's for sure cool, going on the tree. Look at that. And then and Lori made these for me. Like, oh, this is so cool. There's 4 of them. Look how cute. She hand painted those little foxes. I'm dying. Oh my gosh, Lori, these are so fun. Thank you so much. Oh, there's something else in here. What is it? It's in a red box. What is it? Oh, it looks like a hand-painted refrigerator magnet with a little fox face. Look how cute. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome. We're both doing Christmas-related stuff. Me, I have a Christmas-related video game I'm playing.
He's playing a video game while I'm opening presents. And this is another little hand-painted ornament. Look at this.
I figured I'd note that. If people hear a tick, 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 that's me shooting stuff in my game. It's actually not Christmas related at all.
Yeah, he's playing zombies or something right now. So there's 4 of these. Oh my gosh, Lori, these are amazing. I was going to meet up with, well, she doesn't live too far from me. So I told her I would try to meet up with her for Christmas shopping and she could just give them to me, but she got a cold. And so that didn't happen. But Lori, you're awesome. Thank you so much. That's incredible. I can't wait to go hang these on the tree. And then I will take pictures and make sure I post them so she can see them. So that was it. That was my Christmas reveal for everyone. I thought I would share that with everyone because I knew it was going to be cool. Lori made all this stuff, so of course it was going to be cool.
Oh God. Oh, I love that thing. I've been complaining because of doctor appointments and stuff. I know.
I'm glad you went though.
Yes. So I had a doctor appointment Friday. I'm glad for my health. I'm not glad for any. Insurance is the worst thing in the U.S. If you don't live in the U.S., you have no idea how bad.
I know, it's so bad.
We hear.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew what the answer was because, Dave Neal, our good friend Dave Neal, is a big fan of socialized medicine. And while I don't want to be the one to be like, I don't think that's a good idea because I don't really know. We don't live in that kind of.
Yeah, but the government being part of it makes it.
That's the thing that always gets me. Like, have you been to the DMV? The DMV is so bad. It's poorly run. Do you want to put those people in charge? Imagine putting those people in charge of your healthcare. That's what scares me. It isn't the idea of like paying into a system where everybody gets free healthcare. That would be wonderful. But is there a way we could make it so that people who work for the government don't run it? That would be great.
I'm just like, there shouldn't be a baseline every month. My expectation is to spend at least $600 to $1,000 every month just for health care. And that doesn't include the insurance where you pay another, $600 to $1,000. Like, that's insane. Like, it shouldn't be a minimum wage job just to have insurance. But I at least, things went okay, I think. I have been, I had some, I didn't want to talk about this stuff until I had, I didn't really want to talk about with everything that went on anyway, until there was something decent to say. If it would have been bad, I don't think I would have said anything.
Oh my God. Imagine my anger though, should I find out like after, just imagine. Okay. 'Cause I'm sorry, but like, that's not something you can do to me.
Well, I had
especially after what happened with Jeff. Like everyone I know who I'm friends with better disclose their medical issues to me right now. Like I'm not even kidding. I need to know right now. What is everyone's health status? And get to the doctor and get your scans, damn it.
Well, I had a while back, I had some health problems that were talked about openly. I had some heart scares, and then I went to the ER like a few months back because I had pain in my chest. I was like, oh Lord. So anyway, I got some stuff checked out, let's just say. And one of the things, I guess some of the life choices were actually probably good, because they were like, hey, some things you really do have to do is remove some of this ridiculousness from your life. 2 jobs is bad, and this other stuff. If you don't have to do it, I mean, some people, you have to do it, but if you don't have to do it, don't do that.
Don't do it.
They were talking about stress relief. I was like, hell yeah, I already started that stuff. So that's good. Yeah, it's crazy. Like live streaming, I guess, is it's doctor advice. That's awesome. Should I have a show? Well, doctor recommended.
The doctor said I really should quit my job. No, I'm all in favor of that. That's good. Tug's making changes to make things
this is funny
less stressful. That's a good thing.
Cynic in Chief is like, hey, I'm thinking about buying a shirt, a Tug shirt, but I can't decide between the Clout Goblin and Tug's Thugs. We need to know which one to pick it up on.
I think you should run a poll for that. That's hilarious. Run a poll.
I love the freaking. Can you set up a poll on this thing? Actually,
no, because I don't have your YouTube login.
YouTube.
You have to do it in the studio.
I don't know if I can. There.
But you know what? You should give me your YouTube password because just in case we won't be in this situation we are with Jeff's channel right now. I'll give you mine too. We'll switch just in case. We'll exchange them.
I keep actually to note. I have told everybody that needs to know in my immediate family. I keep a password book, so I don't want them locked away from.
I guess I should do that.
Yeah. I put one, and I have that noted. I have it. Like I said, the people who need to know, they know exactly where every password is. Because I also keep the bank information, and that would be really bad if nobody knew how to get into the bank. That would be like really, really bad.
Yes.
But I actually like the Clout Goblin, though. I'm just gonna say the Clout Goblin is cooler. I like the Tug's.
Let me see the different. Can we pull them up so we can look at them?
Yep.
Because I'll give him my opinion too. All right, Tug's voting for Clout Goblin. We'll see what I think.
I just think the Clout Goblin is funny.
It sounds funny.
Yeah, we have like 1 million shirts. I'm gonna have to roll through. Okay, so Clout Goblin. Now again, I'm gonna pull up. Give me 1 second here. I'm letting the anti-freaking viral stuff run through. No matter the site, even if it's my own site, it gets to run through. Okay, Clout Goblin. I actually like Clout Goblin here. Clout Goblin, any color. Now it was setting on gold, but look, it's got that Clout Goblin card.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Clout Goblin. See, I love that one. I think that's hilarious. Like I just love that freaking design period.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But Tug's Thugs is cool too. It's got the ice on the teeth, right?
Let me see. Good Lord. We have so many shirts, it's hard for me to remember which one's which anymore. It's sad. I'm like, wait, which one is that again? Lord. Oh man, I can't even find my own shirt there. Give me a second. I can't. Like, look at this. Like, here's my problem from my side of it. Check this out. This is my problem. Look, how many are there?
Nay.
I was looking through coffee cups just to see the designs, but look at all of them.
Sexy waffle, Tug's jugs.
Tug's jugs are awesome. There's so many good ones.
I like the Iron Throne.
See, there's
one of those.
Now this is. I do like this design.
Throne.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on
Okay, is this what the T-shirt looks like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tugs
Oh, see,
thugs.
that's
It's
cool
the coming
too.
out of Compton kind of design,
Yeah,
you know?
that's cool
Yeah.
too.
I mean, I love that design. I think
All
it's
right,
funny on a
listen,
black
you should
shirt.
get them both. The answer is yes, both.
I mean, this one's funny too. I have to admit, but I don't know. I'm partial to the clout goblin myself, you know. But it just depends on what kind of mood you want to set too. Yes, getting them both works.
I think you should get both. Yeah.
Get one on a t-shirt and one in a
Don't
nice
be
mug.
like me and wait to buy the merch you should until the streamer is dead. Don't do that. Buy it
Let's see.
before. Buy it before that terrible day. That's all I have to say about that. I ordered my Legal Vices sweatshirt and I should have
What?
ordered it a year ago, maybe
So some people
two.
are asking, "What's up with the waffle?" Okay, so that was a joke. Actually, there was a during the Depp trial. There was the I'm going to just say a male feminist. You know, those people are like creepy, usually. If somebody comes out and says, I'm
Yeah.
a male feminist, that's usually a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, they're
That's
just
what
trying to
it
get
is.
laid
Yeah, so
at
this
those
one woman,
protests. Yeah.
this one woman came out talking about one of those guys and was like, oh, you know, he was telling somebody that he wanted to look at and eat my sexy waffle. It was like, what? What does that mean?
Wait, what does that even mean?
What is that? I was like, that's okay.
Ew.
So
What's a
I thought
sexy
that was
waffle?
really,
Like, I'm gonna need
yeah.
an Urban Dictionary definition for this.
I don't know if I want to look.
I'm gonna look on the Urban Dictionary right now. I'm doing it right now. You can't stop me.
So I made I made a little waffle. He's like, just like sexy, just like the sexy toast. I made a sexy waffle.
Oh, gross!
Yeah, I figured it was pretty awful.
Oh no!
But they were whining about this guy, and it was really funny. It was just, oh my god, some of the stuff this guy was telling them behind the scenes. You know, while being anytime they would bring it up, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's really disturbing." He'd be like, "But I'm an advocate. I'm an ally.
Oh.
I'm one of you. I'm an
Oh.
ally."
I shouldn't have looked this up on the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
I really shouldn't have. Let me give you. Would you like a list of the related slang terms? Because those are funny.
Yeah, okay.
Muffin top, clam,
Okay.
box, honeypot, beaver.
It's interesting. We're in
Yikes.
an array of food items, animals,
Oh my god!
and all of them,
Good
of
Lord.
course. Oh, yeah.
Ew.
The chat is like, "We warned you, Megan. We warned you."
I know the chat was like, we told you not to.
Yep.
Oh, but you know you can't stop me from doing these things. And Roy, don't tell me don't ever look up X, Y, or Z because you know I'm gonna go do that. Dang
By the
it.
way, folks, if you did not, I would ask you to do a favor. It is free to do. So I dropped a video yesterday. It did better than I have not put out a video in 2.5 months. YouTube does not like that. I do live streams, not videos. So I put out a video and it's on pace to at least get close to around 30,000 views, which is pretty good when you don't do videos for a while. But if you didn't check it out, yeah, check it out. Help those numbers out. Maybe more people will see it. That's the one of the good things about short form videos. You know, when I say short, I mean really under 10 minutes. I don't mean like a YouTube short. I mean a shorter form than a live stream. YouTube does not like live streams. It doesn't recommend them. And people should find out about this case. In fact, I'm thinking about doing more documentation as a shorter form. That way people can also laugh along at all the stupid that comes up.
And your video is great, by the way. It's really, really good. And I think that I need to do some of those too. I'm working on a timeline so I can do some TLDRs to catch people up on the case in shorter form videos. It's just this case, as I'm trying to put it in a timeline, is just,
God.
oh my God, it's daunting. Okay. It's daunting. You are not, if you are behind on this case and you're like, I'll never catch up, trust me, I'm not even caught up and I've been following it for a year. So it's obviously, they're not going to be totally inclusive of every detail. They couldn't be.
Oh man, you can't. By the way, I watched a video. I'm not going to play this on here, but it was kind of, I'm going to say, shocking to see. One of the Hales haters was talking about Veteran Nation.
Oh my God, this is so bad. You want to talk? I don't know where this originally was broadcasted.
I believe this is a YouTube video, but
it was a YouTube video. It should have already been taken down by YouTube for violating terms of service. I have never seen anything like this go, like, stay up on YouTube.
Yeah, they were talking about Veteran Nation, and they were talking about how he should take a shotgun and, you know, he should, well, let's just say he should Minecraft himself, I guess.
We should play it. Why don't we play it?
No, I don't want to play it because,
well, you don't want to have it.
I'd be the one that YouTube would hit for it.
Right. We'd get hit for showing.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I would get a terms of service violation for encouraging that. But I mean,
but let me just describe the scene. So you have a douchebag in a cowboy hat sitting in the middle of what looks like a folding banquet table with a dollar store tablecloth on it. And the douchebag in the cowboy hat would be the guy named Robbie, who does some sort of gator wrestling. I don't know. Or rescuing. I don't know if it's wrestling or rescuing. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. And he's flanked by his two sons. And the one on the left of him doesn't look too interested in this conversation. But the one on the right is he's the one who's saying these things about this certain veteran. And he brings up Veteran Nation. He doxes him by saying his street address. And then says that he should put a shotgun in his mouth and pull the trigger.
That's awful, man. I mean,
it's horrible.
That the next Rumble stream, I think we showed that. We show exactly what was there because people should see it.
The chat is telling me only one of those kids were his son. Okay, the other one's an employee. All right, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean,
let's just say there were two people at the table with him, one of whom was engaging in this, and one of whom said this thing, and then Robbie, in the douchebag in the cowboy hat, was agreeing with every word.
It's so gross, man. But it's definitely, it really doesn't matter what platform you're on. Most platforms do not like you doxing individuals, first of all. Then beyond that, that type of encouragement toward an individual is frowned upon. And, you know, as a person yourself, you should also not look at that kindly. I'm talking about the person's mouth that came out of, you know. They should be like, you know, so I wonder how they encourage themselves, and they're like, hey, this is okay. What kind of excuses do they give themselves that make all this behavior okay? Because we see more and more just disgusting behavior coming out of a lot of these people.
And now they're taking pictures from Veteran Nation's private Facebook page of him and his son and posting them on the hate pages.
I saw that. They've been targeting his family and everything else. Now, of course, they're trying to play the, oh man, look, we're under anonymous accounts. Whoever runs that, here's the thing. Whoever runs the what the hales, I'm going to call it quote unquote fan page, not to be confused with the official page. Whoever runs that, if you read Facebook's terms of service, if somebody sues and you allow the anonymous posting there, yeah, you could actually have issues with it too. If people are reporting that this is an issue, Facebook will sometimes, they don't necessarily just default to you, but a lot of what's posted in groups that you yourself, you create and run, Yeah, you could have problems with that too. So
Can I show a still version or a still of that broadcast?
not tonight.
Okay.
I think we play it on. I don't trust YouTube whatsoever. I know. I know in my gut. It's like no, because you know how they are.
Just because you can say something does not mean like that you legally can say it, doesn't mean you should. I think that's something that people lose sight of.
I mean, people pretending to have some kind of moral high ground, and yet that's their moral high ground. And you don't have the moral high ground. I mean, holy shit.
Well, the reason, and what's interesting is that the reason for saying such a horrible thing, according to the person who said it, his explanation was that he's a piece of human garbage because he attacked a child. Where did and when did Veteran Nation ever attack a child? This is Lynette's exact type of attack on someone when they are criticizing her. She immediately jumps to, you attacked my child. Saying that you think a child is in danger and needs some help, and why isn't the state paying attention, is not the same thing as attacking a child in any way. That isn't it's so night and day from attacking a child. No one has attacked this child. Did not happen. These are lies. Child raid.
Are they still going on about the live stream that he had? Is that what all this leads back to?
Yes, there's still it is all about the CPS call. It's all about the call to CPS. But how can you call that attacking a child? No one attacked a child. If he had a good faith, and he did have a good faith basis for making that call, that is not an attack on a child. You're trying to help a child. He was trying to help the child. That's what he thought needed to be done. He saw something. He said something. Whether or not it was effective or it was the right thing to do really doesn't matter. He wasn't attacking a child. Yeah, Aries in the chat says the child is her shield and sword. Uh-huh. Yep.
Well, it's a shame because there are people out there that are gross and would actually they will target families, kids, everything else. But again, just like there are these grifters out there that they use it with anything. I heard something funny, by the way. So there's an interesting, I'm going to call it a rumor right now. This is the best way to go about it. Talking about a certain lawyer, a certain B to the B to the B. Apparently, the lawyer is allegedly having, quote, slight nightmares and is not home yet. That he has been.
This.
Yeah.
He got stranded in Pensacola. If Bruce got stranded in Pensacola, we are laughing. We are laughing.
Well, but he did it to himself. I mean, if he's really stranded in Pensacola, right? Who caused all of this? He went in, he decided to be adversarial and see if Jeremy would take the bait. That's what the PR
they
channels
said
have
that,
been saying, right? Yes. So then he files with the court. He's like, "Oh, you gotta give us money first of all, sanctions, and case dismissed. That's where we're gonna go." And the judge comes back, admonishes everybody, including him especially, don't instigate. That was a big comment. I put that in my video. I wanted to point that out. If you don't think that that's instigation, well, look at the kind of questions he was asking. The things like the Cleveland Indians hoodie. He was hoping that he could damage, defame, and it was so transparent that the person being asked questions would know what was going on. So the judge steps in, is like, you know what? I'm going to babysit. I'm going to be a potted plant. That's what Jeremy kept saying. I like that. I'm a potted plant here, and all of you are going to come to me. All my children are going to come here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whose fault? I just love it.
And I do have the screenshot I sent you today of the idiots crowing about how this was a big win for them. Because I think before we read the order, we should probably read that.
I don't think I have it pulled up here. You want to grab it real quick?
I can send it to you on Twitter, probably.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I can grab it off there.
Okay.
I just don't understand how they can think again. You got denied, sucker. You got denied. Well, they kept coming up with these weird conspiracies, like always, of course. But they were like, I think Jeremy had a recording device under his shirt, insinuating that. What? You really think that when he went to the courtroom that he had a camera under his shirt? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God.
That's so insane. He wouldn't do that.
Nobody in their right fucking mind would do that.
They're always accusing him of those things. They're always accusing him of ridiculous things that then become issues in court because it's a manipulation game, and it becomes an issue in court. While you remember it happened in DeThomas's court because DeThomas's so Lynette said he's recording things. He's always recording things, and then DeThomas's just took her word as law, and it carried over into other cases that weren't even involving Jeremy Hales, where he's screaming at litigants, "Are you recording me? Are you recording me right now?" Like, they're just paranoid psychos. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, most courts, I saw that come through. Is that actually still posted?
I don't know, but they do think it's a win. I will tell you when we get into this order, I do have some negative opinions about it. But it really doesn't have anything to do with this particular case, and it certainly isn't a win for Bruce in any way. But we'll get into that.
They're targeting Shara again too.
Oh, I know.
They're openly targeting. I mean, Shara's a fucking witness, morons. Shara is a freaking. Like, you folks are looking at being added to a case, and you're still targeting Shara. Oh my God.
You think they would quit, but nope.
No, I actually don't think they would quit. That's the thing. A person with half a brain would quit. But no, these idiots, they don't. Let's see. Here we go. All right, I'm pulling this up real quick. Give me a second.
So this is the brilliant analysis of the anti-what-the-hales media ecosystem. Their brilliant legal analysis of the current situation in which they find themselves in. Yes,
thinking that the order we're going to be looking at today is some kind of gigantic win. All right, so
big win.
Big win. Yeah, that's what that says. Big. It doesn't say big
news or big something. What does it
big
say?
Idiots.
Does it say big thighs? No, I mean big BMI. That's what it says. Big BMI.
Let's see. It actually says big news, just to know.
Right, that's what it actually says.
Big news. Yes, they do. They think they've actually won something with this. So what does this say? Breaking news. Judge order. No party may record via audio or video. Like you said, this has been with their narrative.
Well, that's weird, because didn't Bruce file a motion to get the audio and video released from Jeremy's deposition? So strange.
He did indeed. And who's gone into this trying to get audio and video? Only Bruce. They didn't even, as far as Jeremy Hales is concerned, they didn't hire anybody to do anything like that.
Nope.
We found out that the audio, these morons apparently haven't been paying attention because there's only one source of audio. That was with who? Stenographer. That was with the court. The court, she has a backup. That's her copy. That's what the courts noted. And there was no reason whatsoever for her to actually supply that, because her record, the written transcript, that was enough. So
Mhm.
this spin, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make it sound like Jeremy was trying to video or audio record. Again, he hasn't mentioned this stuff
Jeremy
at all.
never filed any motions to release any video or audio. Who did? Bruce.
Yep.
Who wanted to have a one-way gag order on one party, on the plaintiff, to not that's really what this is about. Bruce filed a motion
I'm gonna make a video about this.
to keep Jeremy from being able to release audio or video recordings of depositions. Only one way. He did not file a motion to stop his client from doing so. He only filed a motion to gag Jeremy Hales.
Yep.
And that motion was denied.
Oh yes.
And this explanation right here makes no freaking sense that, oh, it's good news, great news. Look at this. Jeremy's impacted. Jeremy never filed anything in order to release any deposition. Just Bruce did that. Just Lynette did that.
Even what they put here, defendant's argument presupposes that the depositions will be video recorded. Okay, so defendant, who's the defendant in this?
That would be Lynette Preston and John Cook.
So their argument that where they get shot down, it presupposes that under Rule 30B3A, unless the court says otherwise, deposition testimony may be recorded by audio, visual, or stenographic means. Again, they give federal rule of procedure here. Given unique circumstances, history of the case, the court hereby otherwise orders. So they're talking about, again, we're going to look at this whole order too. Under that the depositions in this case shall be recorded by stenographic means only. That's what's been happening. No shit. That's all right.
There was no video in the first one. It didn't exist. Unless Bruce's person videotaped it. I don't know if they did, but when he asked for it to be released, the judge said no.
Yeah, shut it down. So, Bruce, this is part of the. Again, let me pull this order up here. It's so ridiculous. I found this to be
them continually saying that Jeremy is doing this all for content and he was going to release these depo tapes. Then why didn't he hire someone to videotape them?
Yeah, and why didn't they fight for the idea? The argument against Bruce was that this is essentially a one-way gag order. That's what, and that will be addressed here. And that was it. That's tried
exactly
for
what
a
it was.
One-way gag order, and they got shot the fuck down. If anybody,
this is in
won
no
out of
way
this,
a win for them. In any way, is this a win? It is not a win for Bruce.
bad. I think I'm gonna have to make a video on that. I think I'm gonna call it Jeremy Hale's court win, and just make them mad.
Although it is not, I will say that this is not a win for free speech, and I don't like
It's
it for a
not.
lot of reasons.
I actually
And
don't.
we'll get into that.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk about the reason that when you look at other trials, you think about a written record versus actually seeing it play out.
Mm.
Harkening back to one that we spent a lot of time looking at, Amber Heard. If you
Yep.
would have thought that this was an argument that we discussed, if the mainstream media would have told you what she said in the courtroom, her claims, if we would have just seen that alone, they would have sounded horrific. But when you saw her on the stand and you saw exactly what
Her
she was
delivery,
saying, yeah,
facial expressions, her body language,
it
her
showed
tone of
100% she was a
voice.
liar.
Yeah. And we all saw it. So I don't like any judge saying don't videotape these depositions, because what if something so egregious happens in this deposition, in any deposition, whether it's Bruce's behavior or Jeremy's for that matter, on their side, let's say Jeremy does something or says something outrageous. A jury, the parties have a right to use those video depositions in court to show it to a jury to say, look, he or she is lying. And they're not going to have that unless, now there are codicils, we'll get to it. It's in the footnotes. Also for appeal purposes, I can think of a million reasons why not videotaping these depositions is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Appeals. So just to preserve the record itself, and also for transparency. that needs to happen.
Well, when you look at the deposition we've already seen, anyway, one of the things that I'm sure Bruce was glad wasn't recorded. If he's sitting there grinning and rolling his eyes and other bullshit, you know how that would come across, how unprofessional. You realize, like, the bar can have a problem with conduct.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
right. Yeah. So the things that they were saying, remember when Randy was saying, let the record reflect that the counsel is smiling. Well, okay, you can say that and write that down, but we can't see the evil grin on his face.
Nope.
We can't see that he's being genuinely amused by the pain that Jeremy Hales is describing, the financial pain that he's describing he has lost. That to me is irresponsible. So I'm putting a big fat check in the negative side on this judge, on this order, because of that. I don't think that in the interest of free speech, if this judge says he's a free speech judge, then he needs to be fully for free speech and allow these depositions to be filmed and released at will. It's fine to give them a deadline and say, you can't release any of this until after this matter is concluded. I just don't think it's okay to say it can't be videoed, because you need that to preserve that for the record.
Spinning this as a win is so crazy.
No, and let me spin it for you as a win for Jeremy. Now, if I'm not using my journalist free speech hat, if I'm taking it as look at it from Jeremy's point of view, here's how Jeremy wins this. It appears to me that the judge has seen what's gone on in this case, saw what happened with the last deposition debacle, made comments about it to Jeremy during this litigation, during the Pensacola thing, made comments to both parties about the deposition and, about people reading it. And he doesn't see a problem with depositions being released. He didn't see a problem with Lynette's deposition being released. And he questioned Bruce about that. Like, why do you care? What's the difference between an actor doing it and your client? And he didn't see a difference. So I thought that was a good thing. But I think what happened is the judge has seen in this case that the defamation against Jeremy Hales is ongoing. It hasn't stopped. And so he's doing what he can to put a stop to it right now, which would mean, I think this is all on Jeremy's side. The judge is saying to the defendants, I'm not giving you any more content that you clearly are going to release on these channels because I saw you do it. Bruce is the one that released the transcripts.
Yeah. Are we supposed to forget that? Like, totally. Of course we were. We were supposed to forget that. Just like we were supposed to forget that he promised us this would not be litigation. It would be over. And then, he came back and he was like, oh, it went according to plan. I actually got to drag this out for 5 months.
And then he sent the transcripts to Dave Neal. So Bruce has demonstrated to the court that he is specifically filing things to get access to these deposition transcripts that he will then turn around and disseminate to the media. And I think that the judge has seen that and wants Jeremy to be, his losses to be mitigated right now as much as he can, which means, okay, if I don't allow any video to get out there, then they can't pick apart him on video. They can only pick apart transcripts. And that's probably better because they're too stupid to read. So they won't sit there and read through transcripts the way that we have.
Isn't it amazing?
Probably.
Like,
allegedly, that's what I think the judge thought.
Well, these people don't actually go through all the minutiae in a case. Like the case itself speaks to you. You can see so many things. And again, that doesn't necessarily say how the case is going to go, but you can get a good feel for how a judge is. You can get a good feel for how a case is going. Again, you don't know further down the road if somebody's going to mess up or something.
They never watched the court proceedings that we painstakingly watched multiple times. I actually watched them several times, the court process with Judge DeThomasis. They never watched them. Never. They didn't watch him doing his ex parte hearings, the 3 hearings with Lynette. They didn't watch any of the proceedings with Jeremy and Lynette. They didn't watch any of that. They did no analysis on that. They did no review of that at all. So how the hell are they going to come in and tell me that they know what they're talking about and I don't, but they didn't cover this case from the beginning. They didn't actually watch the court coverage.
Well, you know what scares me is I think sometimes what they're saying, this is just my opinion on it. I think a lot of that is probably filtered through Bruce. You know, he talks to them all the time about stuff. Mm-hmm. So he's probably giving his quote unquote expert opinion, you know, his legal opinion. And if that's the case, holy God.
He's the wrong horse, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, because when they're talking about cases, I think these people have never watched a case. They've never even watched a fucking TV show.
I don't think they've ever watched a court drama ever. I don't think they've ever even watched an actual court. I'm putting my court prognosticator icon on because I am quite good at this. I'm quite good at court prognosticating what's going to happen in court. I've been right about every case that I have covered. I've been right about what the jury's going to do and about how it's going to go. I just think that it's hilarious watching these people try to get through this case on their own lack of understanding. And this is one of the examples. This is in no way a win for Bruce. It is a win for speech censorship, though, unfortunately. But it is not a win for Bruce's clients.
Let's read this together and we'll make up our minds and see exactly what it says. And the people that are out there, you can decide on it too. You want to do page to page?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Order. Now, this matter is before the court on defendants. Again, it starts out with a motion to preclude plaintiff from publishing or sharing depots. Now, remember, that alone by itself, it gets argued under, again, you have the documents. If you want to look up each motion, you can actually look them up. They're numbered. So Doc 38 starts it. The plaintiff responded in opposition. The opposition was document 46, essentially saying, number 1, free speech. Number 2, one-way gag order. No hearing is necessary. This matter, it is ripe for resolution. So the discussion here. In their motion, defendant, I'm having a day here. Defendant appears to be seeking a protective order that would, number 1, prevent plaintiff from posting on social media videos of defendant's depositions in this case. And number 2, prevent plaintiff from publicly releasing transcripts of any depots in this case. Now, you notice.
But that's weird. Because Bruce released the transcripts. He's the only one who released transcripts in this case. Flux Raid. Hey, Fluxers. Hi, House of Fluxers. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for pushing us over 3,000 live viewers. I love Flux, by the way. And if you guys have not subscribed to House of Flux, you need to. She plays video games. She plays Minecraft. She does things that are fun. And she keeps your mind off of all the crap. And she's hilarious, and I love her. So go and subscribe to House of Flux. She's having a tough time since Jeff passed because Jeff is a very good friend of Flux's. And everybody needs to go give her a big virtual hug for me because I love Flux.
Yeah, love to her for sure. And everybody out there that has been dealing with all this. I mean, it's a rough go. It's a rough go anytime that you lose a friend. Anytime you... I don't know. I don't even know what to say on it half the time, to be honest.
I'm running out of words. I'm running out of words to describe.
Well, it's definitely
any of this.
I mean, it's painful stuff. And it's happening real time to everybody that is left behind with it. So,
and I do want to say that one thing that Jeff did really well that I want to do better at is to really boost his friends, to encourage people to go and subscribe to people they haven't heard of, that they don't know of. And Flux is one of those people. House of Flux is, oh man, she's such a good girl. I have known Flux for several years, and she and I have had some laughs like you cannot believe. She's a genuine one. And you guys should know, anybody Jeff loved, you need to love too. Because Jeff didn't love assholes. It's true. I know this for a fact. Jeff would not give you his time of day if you were an asshole, but he loved Flux. And you should too, because Flux is a good girl, and she's one of us. One of us. One of us.
Yeah, we rated Ian Runkle the other night, and Runkle said, I've been thinking about it recently. All the people that I know and that I like, and you get busy, you do your own thing, and too much time appears between seeing other people too, streaming with them and more. And I'm going to try to remedy more of that in 2025 as well.
We do. We need to be more like Jeff, because Jeff always reached out. He always did his monthly thing where he was pulling everybody together. He was an amazing person who could get people on his stream who hated each other to behave and be good for a night, because they love Jeff.
It was actually.
It is. It is amazing, and like we're all gonna feel it really heavily when he's gone, because everyone know who's gonna reach out to who now.
Exactly.
Like by the way, speaking of that, on Monday morning, and Flux, if you are not going to work, I want you on with me too. But on Monday morning, I'm having a Christmas Lego stream on Monday morning with Aussie Overlord, with Hayden. He and I and Jeff used to do Legos together, and we're going to keep doing Legos. We're doing it on Christmas. We're doing a Christmas Lego. I'm doing a poinsettia. Dave might be there. Hopefully, if Flux is not working, she can come. Obviously, Tug, you're welcome to join us if you want to. And we're just going to shoot the shit and build Legos. It's going to be fun.
I'll probably attend, that way.
Awesome.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be just fun to get in there and hang out a little bit. Do whatever,
Right.
Just goof off. It doesn't really
just
have to
goof off. We're just going to goof off. It's Monday morning. We're going to goof off. We're going to have fun. We're going to be building Legos. Dave might drop in. Lauren might drop. Bruce from Oregon is going to be there. He's going to build with us. It's going to be fun. It's just going to be a fun stream. And it'll be good.
If I actually build Lego, I don't have the patience to build Legos. I like Lego sets, but I have other people build them for me.
What? I'll build your Lego sets for you.
I do, man. I have other people build them for me. I'm like, nope, I just don't have the patience. It's so funny. I get Lego sets. I got one recently. I got one from a video game, and I was like, I'm not putting that together. Like, I'll get mad halfway through it, and I'll abandon it.
Really? I mean, I've only had a couple of times where I've reached an impasse that I can't read the directions properly, and I can't figure something out. But then I just go to Mr. Fox, and he fixes it in like 2 seconds. Which makes me very angry, because I don't understand why I've been staring at it for an hour and I can't figure it out, but I show it to him in 2 seconds. He's got it. But that's what makes a good relationship, though. He's strong where I'm weak in the Lego game.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I have patience for putting together like puzzles like this, but as far as Legos, I do not have the patience for it. They just irritate me.
Well, you can come and make fun of our builds. You can come and make fun of us
that's
struggling.
What I figure. I'll come over and laugh at stuff and probably play video games while I'm there. And just and chill and goof off. That's
We just goof around. That's all it's for. Is just goofing around.
So discussion. All right, we're up to preventing. With respect to the issue of plaintiffs sharing videos of defendants' depositions, the court would note that defendants have yet to be deposed in this case. So the judge is like,
so what are you bitching about?
Yeah, what's your problem there? I just want to
Why
remind you.
Why are you creating problems before they even exist?
And the court is unaware of any depositions being video recorded so far in this case. And that's because, the claims that this is happening are absolutely false.
It's false.
He doesn't have freaking videos of it. Nobody, again, in their right mind would do that. Nobody would take on a court and try to piss off a judge by sneaking that in. Nonetheless, defendants are concerned that if plaintiff does, here, I'll let you.
Oh, hey, Connor. Connor Harrison's in the chat, Jeff's kid. Hey, Connor, how are you?
Hey, Connor, how you doing, man?
It's good to see you popping up in chats, by the way.
Yeah.
Your dad would be so thrilled that you're getting to know his friends, I think. And that's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Man. Yeah. I saw that picture. I saw that picture you put up of him, with the guitar and everything. And I was like, it's fascinating. Like nobody, he kept that secret of everything he did on YouTube, because the man really was a rock star out there. I mean,
he really was.
Yeah, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people. He's been in front of some gigantic crowds when it's come to cases. I mean,
huge. Like Connor, we're talking like 35,000 people, live viewers. Huge streams during You got to go back and watch Nick Rekieta's Johnny Depp coverage, because that's when Jeff came on the scene, and it was epic. And there were, and you can see the live chats, the replays, something like 35,000 people at a time got to know your dad over that trial. And it was incredible. Just so incredible.
Yeah, it's fun. Just go back and, I don't know, that whole trial anyway, like watching everybody, interact and everything else across channels. It'll also, it shares, there's a giant puzzle there, and it would be really awesome, I think. Too,
it's not just Jeff's content that he's going to find. Jeff's been on so many other channels. Yeah. And hopefully he's going to go down this algorithm now that will push those older streams into his algorithm, and it'll just be randomly his dad popping up to say hello.
The jokes and stuff that come up, like he'd pop up in chats like here, I thank him for his squiggle monies and make jokes about it. Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh, so good. There's so much waiting for you out there you haven't seen yet, that like you just couldn't put a price on that. It's so good. The more I think about it, when he first told me he didn't tell his family about his YouTube life, I thought, that's crazy. You better tell them. They're going to be mad. But now when I think about it, it's really an amazing gift. It's like a fun surprise that like he just will keep popping up now for so long, forever, really. It's great.
It will be your page when you are ready, by the way.
Oh, okay. Defendant's argument presupposes.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Wait, what were we doing? Yes, thank you for pulling me back on task. All right. Defendant's argument presupposes that the depositions will be video recorded. We have footnote number 1. Very important. Let's go down to footnote number 1.
Give me a second.
Kid Raider.
I'm getting chased through a video game.
You're still playing video games?
I always play it. You have no idea. Like if you could see like through that, you can hear me click buttons every now and then, and people assume that I'm doing that, with looking up something. No, I'm usually playing video games. That's usually how it goes.
So funny. All right. So footnote number 1 says, it is the court's understanding that the plaintiff has yet to notice defendant's depositions. So in other words, Jeremy Hales has not set a date to even depose the defendants yet. So what are you complaining about? All right. You can go
what's
back
all the
up.
whining for? Like,
quit your whinging and move on.
I agree. I mean, it's ridiculous that they're bringing this up like it's already, that it's already an issue.
Yep.
Because they're trying to create issues out of nothing, and they're trying to use that to basically to get a cheap dismissal, not to have the court hear the merits of a case, because they're afraid that if the court actually hears what's going on, that, well, you're talking about out a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I do wonder if Bruce is stuck, by the way, because if he is indeed stuck somewhere, that says a lot, in my opinion, not just about case, but about claims that have been made about old Brucey, him not having, let's say.
Yeah, not having the funds to get home.
Yeah, to actually, because I mean, he's tried to put a litigation together and get his payday, You know, he wanted to.
Oh, yeah. He thought this was going to be a big piggy bank, a big slot machine. He was doing a coin pusher on Jeremy Hales. It didn't quite work out this way. Unfortunately, the Tower of Coins fell into your neighbor's slot, Bruce. Under Rule 30b3a, unless the court orders otherwise, deposition testimony may be recorded by audio, audiovisual, or stenographic means. Given the unique circumstances and history of this case, the court hereby orders otherwise. Under this rule, all depositions in this case shall be recorded by stenographic means only. Number 2, footnote. This order does not prevent a court reporter from using an audio recorder as a backup for the stenographic recording. Such backup audio recording, however, shall not be released to the parties absent an order of the court. Now, wait a minute. Don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean that the audio recording will never be released to anybody, because it very clearly says you can petition the court for it.
Yeah.
So if there is a good faith reason to get it, I have a feeling this judge will say yes. Because I don't really think he's worried about it being disseminated publicly, because he said specifically to Jeremy and all the parties that he's pro free speech. I think he's taking steps right now to mitigate the damage that's being done to Jeremy on a daily basis. All right. No party may record a deposition by audio or video means without prior approval of the court. Again, that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It means you have to ask the judge if you want to record something by video or audio. And prior approval will not be granted unless the moving party shows good cause to believe stenographic recording would be insufficient.
See, this, like people were saying, well, this right here is saying it can be done. No, the judge is saying not really. I think stenographic recording, that's going to be enough.
But you could argue. Here's the good cause. Here's the good cause, I would argue, that the defendant has already shown that she will act in outrageous ways in a deposition, and we want it preserved for the record, for appeals, and also for the jury to watch her behavior when she thinks. Here's the thing. People behave in depositions in ways they would not behave in a courtroom in front of a jury.
Right.
And that is important to preserve for the jury. For instance, let me give you a great example of this. In the Kowalski case, Maya Kowalski versus J. Hatch, in the depositions that were video recorded, where Dr. Sally Smith, I have a button for her, it sounds like this. Dr. Sally Smith, who was the child abuse pediatrician who kidnapped Maya from her family and held her against her family's will and basically allowed the hospital to torture her. This doctor, during her video deposition, was so abrasive, and her body language was hard and closed off, and she was short, and she had her hair slicked back in this really severe bun. She looked like that what was the name of that? Miss Trunchbull. She looked like Miss Trunchbull. She looked hard and with no makeup on, and she looked like a witch, and she behaved like a witch. Well, when she walked into the courtroom, she had her hair down.
Tried to play it up.
She had her makeup on. She had her whole persona changed, where she was more soft-spoken. But the jury knew from seeing that deposition video who she really was.
Yep.
That was one of the biggest mistakes they made, was not coaching their witness that during a deposition on video, she should behave like there's a jury there. And if you don't have that contrast, you won't see it.
I think we've already seen, like you say, with them, the way that they act. And God, it was absolutely ridiculous. That's the whole reason they want to shut down the depots from before. In a case, by the way, that Lynette Preston herself brought. Like, that's the thing you have to remember. Her behavior was so egregious. They come up with excuses like she wasn't represented. Okay, whose fault was that? Number one. Whose fault? Oh, hers. To number two, you're doing this to embarrass her. Well, if she would have comported herself a different way, it wouldn't have been embarrassing. I mean, whose fault again is that? Is it Jeremy Hale's fault? that when you watch that, that's golden entertainment? Absolutely not.
Yep. It's not his fault. It's her fault. And also, this order will discuss that. It will discuss the embarrassment issue, and it's really, really good. Really good. The court will now discuss defendant's argument that plaintiffs should be prohibited from publicly releasing any deposition transcripts. Generally speaking, a party may do what it wants with material obtained through the discovery process as long as it wants to do something legal. There you go.
Rule 26C, however, authorizes a district court to issue a protective order that limits the use of discovery information in certain circumstances. The party seeking a protective order bears the burden of showing good cause. So again, that is on the party wanting this done. The moving party, quote, must meet this burden with a particular and specific demonstration of fact as distinguished from stereotyped and conclusory statements. A district court has wide discretion in managing discovery, including the decision of whether to use a protective order. Now here, we're talking about this. Again, this is going to bring up things like embarrassment. Here,
this
defendants
is so
express.
Wait, did someone say Rule 26?
Say Rule 26 one more time, motherfucker.
Sorry, I whenever I hear Rule 26, that I have that in my head now. Not Rule 26 again. Sorry, continue.
I love that, actually. That's hilarious.
I know, it's such a good button.
Say Rule 26 one more time, motherfucker.
It's good.
AI is amazing, really is.
I know, that's one thing. We will be bowing to our AI overlords soon, but hey, I did find one thing that disturbed me in Grok, though. If you ask it about anyone in controversy, anyone that's been online for a while, what it will do is it will pick up any type of rumor or innuendo. It doesn't go with facts. It doesn't go with conclusory facts. It goes with anything a hater's ever probably said about you. Yeah. So that's a problem with AI. It's a big problem, that needs to be fixed, because anybody could say any damn thing, and we could be getting into statements like, when you look at this, see, that's a dangerous thing in this that I never thought about until I played with Grok. What would have happened if, say, that noise about Jeremy Hales, what they tried to say about him, had gotten loud enough that, say, AI picked up on it? If you looked up the guy, what kind of claims might it make about a person?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that would be
That's
life
terrifying.
destroying.
I mean,
because
think about it in Clayton Echard's situation.
I mean, anybody. It doesn't tell you where these claims come from.
Right.
It's not going in and researching claims or cases or anything else. It's just pulling, like Grok pulls from Twitter. It'll show you that it pulled from 15. You could go in, I guess. I don't know. In the past you couldn't, but maybe now you could go in and look at the 15 things, because it has icons above it, but it is pulling from Twitter. So loud enough noise, ruin it. Like you said, Clayton Echard. God, look at all the stuff that was said about him. It's such a slippery slope. Here, the defendants express concern that plaintiff or others. Yes, or others. I wonder who those others were, by the way.
Yeah.
They might sing songs. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yes.
The plaintiff or others. I feel singled out.
Yes,
I feel targeted, Tug.
I'm taking that to heart. Oh, no. We'll
Wait, you mean and others who might do things like this? You mean others who might write Broadway musicals about this case?
Yes, you know exactly.
And others. I don't like being reduced to and others. I already had a problem being called guest. I don't like being called and others.
Now you're et al.
Yeah. At all. Jesus,
I'd like you
this
to
man
welcome my
reduces me to
co-host et
nothing.
al. Oh my
At
God.
all.
Yes, I need to.
And others. Say my name, bitch. Say my name.
There we go. There. Actually, I fixed your name on the display, by the way.
Oh, at all.
At all.
Allegedly. Thank you for that. I appreciate your attention to detail. You know, you should tell I'll talk to your supervisor about that later. I'm going to send a nice little note to your supervisor about your attention to detail and how good it is.
Bribery, from what I hear.
He's open. Did you hear that, chat? Tug's supervisor is open to bribery. Send breadstick money immediately. Send it to Tug's supervisor. He takes super chats at this channel, conveniently enough. He takes super chats. So send the breadstick money.
You'd be like, really? He is so unprofessional. Yes, if you do like this content, consider subscribing. Of course, we've seen purges from the old YouTubes lately. They say purging bots, so make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, like, share, tell people we're on. And beyond that, if you enjoy the content, consider the old groupie cash train. Consider the breadsticks, of
groupie
course.
Cash train. Get on the groupie cash train. Now is your time. It's headed to the North Pole for Christmas. That's right.
Oh,
groupie
man.
Cash train.
The little ones, they know it's coming too. They hear it and they're like, "Christmas is here, Dad." Oh, they've been eyeballing every Christmas present in there, trying to figure out what they are. Oh, it's killing them. But I'm like, I know
we let our kids open one on Christmas Eve, just one present, but they get to choose which one. And it's hilarious watching my son run around the tree, try to figure out which one he wants to open first. He's like, "Oh, the big one." Well, maybe not the big one, because good things come in small packages. And he's got this whole like thing. It's funny.
Well, I do that to the kids. I'll let them open a present early, and they want to pick big ones. So I started putting like a $1 in a giant box, just because I knew they would pick the big box. And then they were like, "Oh, so it's got to be a smaller one." So I'll randomly pick. I'll put a few mines in them there. It's like playing Minesweeper. Oh,
that's fun. I saw some like holiday games on Instagram that look like a lot of fun. I might do with my kids, like it's almost like beer pong, but there's prizes. Like with solo cups and ping pong balls. It looks fun. Looks fun. There's one that I saw where you put your hands in 2 solo cups and you have to pick up big marshmallows with them and put them on a plate. So whoever gets the most marshmallows wins that round. And it's surprisingly harder than it seems.
I like playing the games with the kids, though. They take it decently well.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh no," they're not happy in that moment. If they pick one with $1, I'll let them pick. But I'm like, there's a lesson in that, that everything golden is not going to be these giant.
Giving cash at Christmas is so fun, though. Like my grandfather, like a long time ago, would give my grandma shoe boxes full of dollar bills. She lived through the Depression. So at Christmas time, he would wrap up a shoe box full of dollar bills, and she would have the most fun throwing them in the air. Like, just
like if she made it rain. That's awesome.
Yeah, she was making it rain. Yeah, back in 1950, whatever.
That's awesome there.
I know. It's cute, right?
My grandma, when I was younger, she would roll up every year. She'd get a roll of quarters, $10 worth. This when we had arcades, and she'd slip in, and she'd be like, "I rolled this myself. Here, you take it to the arcade, and you have fun, but don't tell anybody else."
Yeah.
I loved it. She was saying, she knew it was wasteful, but she was like, "It's Christmas. Go have fun."
That's fun.
Again, here, defendants express concern that plaintiff or others will use deposition transcripts in an attempt to embarrass or criticize defendants. I mean, that's their argument. You might embarrass us or you might criticize us. Defendant's argument is general in nature, and it is unsupported by the citation to any legal authority. That's indeed correct. You are not above being embarrassed. I mean, you're not above criticism. It's so ridiculous. As it says, such general claims of potential embarrassment or criticism are insufficient to show good cause to issue a protective order. The note here is case here, noting refusing to grant protective order, preventing publication of deposition information.
Because general statements of potential embarrassment were insufficient. That's right, because the mere fact that some level of discomfort or even embarrassment may result from the dissemination of defendant's deposition testimony is not, in and of itself, sufficient evidence or sufficient to establish good cause to support the issuance of a protective order. Thus, the court will not issue a protective order preventing plaintiff from publicly releasing deposition transcripts at this time. This one line makes these idiots, I mean, I'm sorry, but like they're trying to spin this. There is nothing, they're saying that the judge has ordered that Jeremy can't talk about this. That is clearly not what this says.
That's not what it says at all.
It actually says, I will not stop him from releasing these transcripts. I will not do it.
Your embarrassment
is not my problem.
Enough. Yeah, it's not. There's no legal authority in that whatsoever. You can't. And it also tells you how ridiculous Bruce is, because Bruce's entire argument hinged on that idea. He kept saying that there's some legal backing to it, and he's being told, no, there's not. Hey, can you? I've got to Ray real quick. Can you hold it?
Sure. Absolutely. The idea of embarrassment being something that would be legal, you could get a judge to keep you from being embarrassed. The idea that they think that's even a thing is terrifying. It's terrifying. Embarrassment happens to everyone. Embarrassment is not a crime. And if you do something that embarrasses you in public, and then those people play it over and over again, it might not be nice, but it is the First Amendment. It is. It is the people's right to share it. Now, I don't appreciate or agree with some of the things that people share that embarrass others. I wouldn't take part in some of it, but that's my choice. That is not it's not required that people not share embarrassing things.
No,
no. Especially when you're talking about a deposition, there may be an argument to be made that like sharing embarrassing moments that someone has, like even that Hawk Tua girl almost. It's almost like you could make that argument there. But like sharing that kind of stuff, it's probably going to end up ruining her life, you know? Still, again, it's allowed. It's legal. The idea is, though, the question is, should you share it? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. In the case of a deposition, though, we're not even talking about someone, on the street who had a few too many drinks and said something stupid on a camera. We're talking about a woman who had advance notice that she was going to be in a deposition, which is a court proceeding, which is by our Constitution open to the public. That means the public has a right to be there and to see it. For her to then argue somehow that what she did in that deposition embarrassed her to the point where the public should be precluded from using that deposition in any way is outrageous, and none of you are as upset about it as you should be. It's outrageous, and I'm so glad the court has figured it out.
Yep. The court does note that if something comes up, something changes. If they thought things were egregious, that there was some reason, again, just like with Jeremy talking about protecting financial information, if there's something that has to be protected or there's some reason, they could go back and say that. But this argument over again, embarrassment. One second. The thing is so loud. That's a door there. The thing is like, this sounds like it sounds like the Death Stars and just doors. It's crazy. But the chords, anyway, it's It's saying that they could change up, but they're not going to. Not for this reason. Not for some level of discomfort. I mean, your discomfort.
Embarrassment is not our problem at the court. Your embarrassment is not the issue in any way.
They get to conclusion. Was I reading or you reading? Who was that? You?
I think it's you.
Oh, okay. I don't remember who was reading anymore.
It's you.
Okay. Conclusion. Because no videotaped depositions will occur in this case. They're telling you, hey, you know, unless the court says otherwise, absent the court approval, the defendant's motion, that would be document 38, is denied as moot. So there's not even a point that the judge is calling him out as putting something out here that's pointless.
Pointless. Yeah, I'm glad you said pointless. That was the exact word I was going to use. It's pointless.
I mean, it's redonkulous. Like, that's a win. Oh, man, the judge said that your argument is pointless. Oh, I'm winning. I'm winning.
Look at me winning. Look how.
Denied. Sit down.
It's
what does
denied.
losing look like to them? Like, that's the scary thing. What has to happen before they think, oh, man, that went badly?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. But it's moot to the extent that it seeks an order prohibiting plaintiff from posting videos of defendant's depositions in this case. And because plaintiff has not shown good cause, so this is the second part. Again, it is, what's that word there, Megan?
Here it is.
Denied. Sit down.
Exactly. It is denied without... I'm going to read this sentence. Prejudice.
Go ahead.
Prejudice to the extent it seeks an order prohibiting plaintiff from publicly releasing depo transcripts in this case. So again, Jeremy can release depo transcripts.
Can release them. And Bruce can release them too, like he did the first time. Like, why is he even pretending that he wanted this stuff sealed? Because he clearly didn't. He clearly thought that the deposition transcripts were going to be good for him somehow. And then when it turned out that they weren't, then he files a thing to seal them all for a one-way gag order. Give me a break.
Well, also, again, this is the argument that came in from Randy. And he noted that what they wanted was a one-way gag order on the plaintiff only. And it says that again, the motion was to preclude plaintiff from, not to preclude parties from, but to preclude plaintiff only, because Lynette Preston may be embarrassed. They were a judge.
Yeah, I don't think I read this. I don't think I read his response. I feel like I missed it.
Oh, it was pretty good. I liked it. So,
are we going to read through it now?
Yeah. You want to?
I do.
It's not very.
I do, but I have to run downstairs real quick. So read some super chats or something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey,
Barmore, thank you for the super chat. I'm terrible at noting, I guess, the translation of, currency. I'm not good at that at all. Unemployment fund. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Fun employment fund. Thank you. Now with Cynic in Chief, I hope with the discussion and everything, I hope that helped with the T-shirt. He was again noting whether he should get a clout goblin or a thugs. I do like them both. They both kind of look awesome. It just depends on what you want to wear with that, But I do like the clout goblin one. But thank you there. Green Veggie Beats, thanks for the 10. I love you. Oh, love return there. Thank you very much. Happy holidays to all of you folks too. It's right here on us. AJ's World. Thanks for the 2. Need to pick a day to release balloons for Jeff. Let's see. We could do something like that. Why not right at the new year? I think that would be cool, to be honest. We'll discuss it with Megan. Sue, thanks for the 2. Sue 2. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Indeed. Indeed. BBB got ho, ho, ho. Shelly, thanks for the 5 there. Got you one on last night. Turn the big 5-0. Hey, congratulations there. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, yesterday again, crazy day. It was a good day. Had a fun one, but except for the doctor portion of it, but the rest of it was actually a good day. But Yeah, it's a shame. I wish we could have been here for your 50th birthday. So happy birthday to you. I hope you had a really good one. Stayed awake just to listen to you guys. 1:20 a.m. here in the UK. Well,
Okay, I'm back.
appreciate you. Hey, by the way, let's just shell it. There was yesterday was her big 50, her birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, I thought that was. She stayed up till 1:20 to watch us this morning in their time zone. That's amazing.
I appreciate you people that do that. I'm in awe of you, but I'm also in your position a lot. I like the late night streamers because I'll go to sleep listening to them.
Yeah, there are a lot of people in different time zones that I enjoy, and I'm like, well, in order to enjoy it. All right, let me pull that up to where it needs to be. This was the answer, and I thought it was really good actually. So again, opposition to, we don't need to go through that. Don't need to go through the first paragraph, but the argument is as follows. Number one, defendant's motion should be denied as it essentially asks for a one-way gag order on the plaintiff only. And that 100%, that's exactly what it was. Number two, defendant's argument is that the court should rule in favor of a blanket gag order against plaintiff because this litigation, quote, appears to have been filed. You want to do page to page? There's only 3 pages.
Yep.
Anyway, all right.
Appears to have been filed for ongoing YouTube content and not because there's any factual basis to support the plaintiff's claims. Without any citation to any authority for this proposition, the motion should not be well taken and should be denied.
100%.
Oh, I like that, well taken. That harkens back to the time the judge said, your motion is not well taken.
Exactly. That's what I thought about when I saw that.
Memorandum in opposition. Prior restraints on speech. Sing it. Preach it. Prior restraints on speech and publication are the most serious and the least tolerable infringement on First Amendment rights. Yep. And then all the citations, we're going to skip over those. Temporary restraining orders and permanent injunctions, i.e. court orders that actually forbid speech activities, are classic examples of prior restraints. Okay, you can skip down. Scroll, Tug, scroll.
Roll it, I'm rolling.
Holding that court orders that forbid speech activities on social media are classic examples of prior restraints. The Florida Supreme Court held that any form of prior restraint of expression comes to a reviewing court bearing a heavy presumption against its constitutional validity. Therefore, the party who seeks to have such a restraint upheld carries a heavy burden of showing justification for the imposition of such a restraint. Scroll.
Yep, that is. No, that's the. Whoops.
Is that it?
Yeah, see.
Oh, okay. The
Yeah.
Florida Supreme Court. Okay, I got that. Heavy burden of showing.
Yeah, there's only 3 pages that really work into this. It's short, but it actually it was a good argument. And again, another case noting holding that prior restraints on speech and publication are presumed unconstitutional. Gag orders must be carefully scrutinized because they involve 2 of the most disfavored types of speech limitation: prior restraints, content-based limitations on speech. I actually like the way he sets this up because when he's talking about prior restraint, if you look at the examples, he's been telling you what prior restraint actually meant. He dropped it through. I like how he wrote this up.
I agree. I love it.
Generally, gag orders are only constitutional if they meet strict scrutiny. In other words, a judge needs a compelling reason to issue a gag order. Noting, again here, case law, holding that a gag order should be supported by evidence. It wasn't, again, there was nothing in finding any extrajudicial statement made by counsel or the party pose a substantial or imminent threat to a fair trial. And again, another case here. Prior restraints on speech and publication are the most serious and least tolerable infringement on First Amendment rights. Defendants have not even remotely met. I like that. Not even remotely met it.
Not even close. Not even close.
Their heavy burden of establishing that there is a reasonable likelihood that prejudicial news will make it difficult to impanel an impartial jury and prevent a fair trial, so as to justify the invasion of free speech that would result from a gag order. Thus, the motion should be denied. And it was. So again, I would love it described to me how what we just read there with the judge agreeing, they didn't establish any basis whatsoever. Their argument was, oh my God, it'll be embarrassing. We will be criticized. Someone will critique what we say. That didn't meet the burden. You got shot down, therefore win. How does that work?
It doesn't. It's not a win.
I love it though.
I
I
know, it's
love it.
hilarious.
It's so ridiculous. I'm gonna hit these super chats here.
Okay.
And Mary, thanks for the 2. Health status, not dead yet. Exactly.
Oh, damn.
Exactly.
Damn, Mary. That was savage.
Exactly.
That was savage.
2 people noted. Zahn said making Airwolf tug t-shirt, from the shorter video for that middle one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I loved the helicopter tug. That was great.
Yeah, I love that show Airwolf. Did you ever see that show back in the day? Airwolf?
Yes, I think it sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I loved it back when I was young, a little kid. I used to love that. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 2. I love the tug copter. That is always my favorite bit. I say maybe that should be a shirt there. Sandra D, thank you for the gifted membership there too. Thank you, Sandra D. Appreciate you. Thank you. Shelly, thanks for the gifted membership as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you too. Both of you there. Thank you both. And then Cynic and Chief, thanks for the 5 there. Okay, fine. Got a royal blue clout goblin shirt and a Tugs Thugs black hoodie.
We did it. We did it. We got him to buy both.
Anything except black. I agree. Actually, I do like with the Tugs Thugs. If you set it up, it does need a black background. It looks cool with a black background, actually. So that's props. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that too. I love the merchandise just cracks me up. One of the things I love more than anything is getting designs for merchandising. Props to Dead Punk too. He's designed so many different items off that.
Dead Punk is the boss.
Yeah. Between him and there's another artist, Peter Gilmore. Actually, he's done a lot of work for me as well. So between those 2, great people too. My adventures in home brewing. Man, I can only imagine me home brewing. Oh Lord, that would be such a fiasco. It'd be more like my adventures in ER home poisoning.
No, my husband does home brewing. He's really good at it. He makes great beer.
That would make one of us because everybody else would go to the hospital and be like, what's going on? Canadian veteran here. And that just goes to show what people who have not served or sacrificed will say and do. I'm disgusted, period, by what was pointed at veteran. It doesn't even have anything to do with status, veteran status, lack of it. When you look in your mirror and you say, hey, what am I encouraging people to do here? They encouraged doxing, and they made a statement. So they don't. I mean, you think about this. They dox the address, and then they say that this person is so repugnant that a firearm should be introduced to the fray.
What happened to Nick Fuentes over the weekend?
Oh Lord, that was insane.
But I mean, he's in a perfect example of someone who's been doxed. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you like him or not. I think he's kind of a dickhead, but whatever.
He's an awful human being, in my opinion. But that doesn't excuse anything at all. Yeah, a person shows up at his doorstep that had already, we're going to say, Minecrafted 3 other people and 2 dogs. And there's footage of this. The guy has a crossbow, it looks like, in one hand, is the old a gun at the other, and God knows what else right outside of their door. I mean, it's dangerous. Like, the world is an insane place. And they're encouraging. Go ahead, sorry.
It is, and the fact that doxing is not seen as an attempt to get someone killed is a problem because that's
Well,
what it is.
it's not just doxing. They followed it up with, again, you think about the claims, like the claims in the case that we're covering are claims that Jeremy Hales did something awful to a child. Wait a minute. They just said that a veteran nation was doing something awful toward a child. You know, he was attacking them.
It's incendiary.
Yep. God knows what you might motivate out there through doing that. It's just horrible stuff. Veteran Nation, thanks for the 2. I'm trying to find if Robbie is still on probation. Well, that's interesting. That might actually go very badly for them.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten into it, but Robbie has a criminal record. He spent some time in jail for federal charges.
Yeah, that might be an interesting discussion for the next. I'm going to call them cornerstone shared streams. Tuesdays, Thursdays. I look at those as sacrosanct in their own way. You know, we may have been doing like. There's been so much going on. We've just been like, hey, we'll alternate. We'll just keep going on channel and goofing off. But those days. I want to know if it's still in probation. I'm curious that might be really, really bad there. The kind of threat that can involve. Travis, thanks for the 2. But in a lot of courtrooms, never take anything in. Well, that's the thing. You know, people should. Yeah, and there are a lot of people that don't. They actually step into the courtroom and they don't actually absorb anything. It's kind of sad in its own way, really. Cindy, thanks for the 5 there. You have to go through a metal detector to go into the courthouse now. How would he have had a device under his shirt? Yeah. Oh, you mean take anything in? Okay. I thought you meant like take any device in. I see what you meant. My bad. I thought, yeah, that's
Now
actually those people. Yeah. You meant like taking any item in. Yeah. Well, can you imagine again? Trying to sneak a recording device in. This is your case. Jeremy is.
No, you couldn't sneak anything in. I have experience going into a courtroom with camera crew equipment. They'll see everything. You have to put everything in the boxes. If you're walking through with a wire under your shirt, they're going to find it. I actually had one under my shirt.
It's a dangerous device too.
I actually had one under my shirt. And what I did was I lifted up my shirt to show the security guard because they knew we were coming in with media equipment. But I had to show them. You know, they're going to see that. If you have something, it's going to get set off when you go through the thing. So you have to tell them, yep, I'm wired, you know?
Even if he could, though, like in some theoretical fantasy world, if he could, he wouldn't. Because again, this is playing with big stakes. And if he tried something like that,
well, he could never use it.
All away.
It would be useless.
No.
He could never use it because then it would be admitting that he broke the court rules.
It's just ridiculous for these people to try to aim that at him. But again, it just goes to show they never stop. They never fucking stop trying to defame the man and making up. They never stick to the case. They never stick to anything that is substantiated. In fact, like we talked about, they didn't even review case items. They didn't review court footage early on. I mean, an entire freaking court case. They didn't review. They talked about it, but they didn't look at it, which is absolutely absurd. But you see why.
Worse, they didn't show their audience it.
Veteran Nation said, thanks to the 2. Robbie has reptile dysfunction. Oh, no. Man, look at this. Tease T dropped 20 gifted memberships, by the way.
So generous. Thank you.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was watching memberships falling because I like to see them. I like to see people get hit with memberships. And I saw like a line of them. I was like, holy crap. So it was amazing. I love it.
So cool.
Nikki, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs. Thank you very much, Mickey.
Look at her icon. It's hilarious.
That is really funny. I like that. That's really
Love
good.
your avatar, Nikki.
It looks good. I like it. Wendy, thanks for the 5. Happy Saturday, Tug, Megan, and Chad. Wishing all of you happy and safe holiday season. Thank you.
Wendy, if that's your Christmas tree, It's awesome. I love the tinsel.
Yeah, for real. If that is yours, that is amazing. It's good. Mine, man, the kids decorated mine. I'm proud of it. It looks like kids decorated it. You know, but that
You
makes
need
me
to post pictures. It'll be cute.
Oh, I might. I might do that. JK, thanks for the 5 there. Merry Christmas to you and your family, Tug. Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. You, anyone, family, friends, significant other, anybody around you, man. Merry Christmas to you. I hope everyone's having a great one. Robert, thanks for the 5 there. Look at the Zoom depot of LP and JC. That's what needs to be taken into account. Yes, indeed. That's exactly
Agreed.
what we were talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the court needs to look at that. And they need to be like, these people are absolutely fucking clowns. They disrespect the court. When you do that, like with Jeremy, you look at how he was dressed and everything. You're going into the judge's house and you're respecting his house. In that case, now, I don't actually respect the Thomases, but even beyond that, you still respect the courtroom.
You respect the court. Yeah. It doesn't matter what asshole's on the bench, because that asshole only represents the court. The asshole is not the court.
Yeah. And they didn't at all.
No way.
It's funny, too. They spent all this time pointing at Jeremy Hale's depot and being like, look at this, blah, blah, blah. Weren't these the same people that were trying to make all of these excuses for Lynette and John Cook's depot?
Oh, yeah. Randy was unprofessional. They had all kinds of accusations. I never saw a lawyer be so patient before with an absolute asshole on the stand.
Yep, he went out of his way to be accommodating. It was insane to go back. I mean, I've still got to go back to that. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5 there. I thought the judge was saying without permission, no filming is allowed. I thought he was trying to cut out sneaky stuff before it happened. I didn't take it that way. I mean, when I looked at it, I took it more as the judge saying, we're not doing that anyway. We could theoretically do it if there is a reason to, but it's going to have to be significant. Otherwise, well, the stenographer, whatever they do, that's enough. That's how I took it.
I will say that Jack's mom might have a point here, though, because take into consideration that the judge did confiscate everyone's
The audio.
electronics before they went into their meeting.
That's true. Yeah.
Which is very unusual. Normally, lawyers do not have to turn over their cell phones in court. Lawyers never are required to do that. Litigants, yes. Spectators, yes. But officers of the court are always allowed to hold on to their devices. So you take that how you will. But he took Bruce's phone.
Yeah. That was something that Jeremy noted, like having to lock all of the devices up. That is interesting there. I mean, maybe that is.
It's unusual. It's unusual. It really is. It's unusual. Lawyers never have their devices taken in court. Never.
What's fascinating, though, any judge looking at this case would notice right off the bat, look how fast that Bruce wanted to, again, get the depo. He had it dumped into a document, and right from go, there was a channel ready to roll with it. They were definitely in the no circle. They were in the no circle, I would even say.
And he sent it to Dave Neal, highlighted.
Yeah,
he highlighted
crazy.
all the parts of it that he thought were Jeremy Hale's behaving badly and sent it to the media.
He didn't highlight the parts where Jeremy Hales was calling him a moron and stuff. Though. I thought that was
he did
really
not.
amazing.
No, he did not.
I was like, just so do you agree with that? Is that what you're telling me, Bruce?
So funny.
That was a good time. That's some fun times right there. Suzanne, thanks for the 10 there. JH can request to record, must pay if approved. He should get approved if this judge watches the past ones LP and JC did. Yeah, I mean, I think you can make a good argument for that, for sure. Even with that, recording, It's also the discussion about release of, because it wasn't just a discussion about recording, it was a discussion of release. And the judge was like, well, there's no video. We're not even doing that. Therefore, your argument is moot. Not to mention, nobody has actually been deposed yet. So that's also moot. If they act like a bunch of ass clowns in it, though, and Randy composes himself like he did before, oh, man, that I think that would go really badly for them in this. Mandy Pandy. I like that. Thank you for the month there. There's a GoFundMe for Jeff set up by Connor. Yes, indeed. We're talking about how we can get the most exposure for it, instead of it being, here's my thing. I don't want it to be a footnote in something I do, so I want an entire stream just dedicated to making sure that everything's met there. That's the way I want to handle it.
I agree. And also, I did drop it in the chat if you guys, for the link. It's a Give, Send, Go. It's not a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
I'll drop it again. But the thing is that, just so you guys know, Connor didn't want to ask for anything. He was like, I don't really need to ask for anything, and I don't want to do that. But the Vice Squad and everybody who loves Jeff just kept on pestering him. How can we help? How can we help? Because everybody just wants to help in some way, and to think that they have, and to feel like they've been a part of helping Jeff get home, right? And so I talked to Connor, and I just told him, they really want to do this for you. So if I were you, I would set it up. And he did. But I just want people to know he's not asking for anything. He really just wants to hear your messages of love and support for Jeff too. But it was something that we have the ability to do. We have such a large audience that even $5, can pay for. If his audience sends $5 each, it'll pay for him, so his family doesn't have to pay that extra expense to have him moved from Korea back to the United States. And why should they? If they don't need to, why would we put an extra burden on them? That's how I feel about it. And frankly, I think that everyone wanted to do something, and so that's what was done. But Connor never wanted it. He was just like, I don't need it. But, I had so many messages in my inbox about, where's the GoFundMe? How do we send money? That there was only one answer, which was to ask him to just set one up so that people could give their offerings of love the way they wanted to,
Yeah, when we go over that, though, what I want to be able to do, I want to be able to sit down and reminisce a bit, and be in the middle place where I can talk about good times, good stuff. I can do that, but I still keep getting in my feels. And, I want to do that a positive way. It's halfway there now, and maybe we'll stream the hell out of it. We'll get, I want it to be dedicated to that, and I want to be in the right headspace for it, because I want to do Jeff justice with it. I don't want it to be a footnote while I'm talking about something else, again, like we were mentioned. Yes, it was mentioned there. I'm glad you did mention that. That's nothing talking about you, Mandy Pandy, or anybody else, Megan, or anybody mentioning that. Yes, it's good that it's there for sure. For me, I want to dedicate my time to it. And
I agree. And we haven't had a chance to really plan a memorial stream, and Jeff really was the glue that held everyone together. And so it seems a little discombobulated, and we'll figure it out eventually.
It's been days, like a few days. It's so hard to.
Well, it's been 1 week. 1 week as of today. Jeff died last Saturday.
It's just crazy.
So it's only been a week. And it's true that the chat in internet time wants everything to go really fast.
Yeah, of course.
And that was really one of the reasons why the Give, Send, Go was set up, because everyone was just desperate for something to do right now. Make me feel better, push a button, And I understand that, which is why I thought it wasn't a bad idea, but there will be
a great idea. It's actually a great idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, because people want to help with Jeff any way they can. Even if Jeff had the money, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares. His audience wants to find a way to say we love you, you know?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my kid is coughing all over my room.
I heard that.
Stop that. Quarantine. I'm trying desperately not to get sick before Christmas, and it's not going well.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to walk away. Be like, no one, breathe on me.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I had yesterday, this is random, but yesterday I had Korean barbecue. That was good. I've never
I love Korean barbecue. So good.
Yeah, they have like an all you basically, you know, you're sitting down at, if people haven't done that before, you have your own setup where you can cook or they can. But you know, it's essentially like an all you can eat setup. And oh my God, I can eat a lot of shrimp. That's for sure.
Was it one of those places where you put the stuff in the bowl and then they cook it for you?
No, well, you could do it that way, or you could do it at your table yourself. And we were doing stuff. Yeah, we were doing it at our table ourselves.
Fun. Oh, that's super fun. We have a hot pot place like that here, where it's like you make your own ramen, and there's a pot in the middle of the table, and you boil your own broth and whatever, and you put stuff in it. I love that.
I thought I was going to explode. I was like, how many shrimp did I eat? You know, between shrimp and freaking pork, I was like alternating them, you know, so I could taste the shrimp again. But it's funny. They have like a rule there. It's all you can eat for 2 hours. Like,
ooh, 2 hours.
2 hours is a lot of food.
That's a lot of food. 2 hours?
Yeah.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
I could do some damage in 2 hours.
I know. And you figure, you know, there's a 4-minute break between cook, but they'll bring you, they just keep it like a conveyor. You'll be like, yeah, I want my next thing to be a double serving of shrimp. You know, bring me out like, oh my gosh, it was good.
All right. You can't eat like that anymore. You're on a strict diet. Go low carb, low sugar diet for you. Sorry. No more protein fests. No more. Well, shrimp is fine. You can gorge yourself on shrimp.
Yeah, see, that's what I was doing. I was eating a lot of shrimp. I eat a little bit of pork. Just I don't eat a lot of it anymore. Anyway, but oh man, that shrimp. Oh God. Got to do that again. Anyway, this is random, but I had to note that. Dan, thanks for the 5 there. Megan, are you going to do a convoy stream in honor of Jeff?
Oh, God. I haven't been able to do that yet. I'm sorry, but not yet.
Sometime.
I will absolutely. I didn't buy this wheel for nothing.
Yeah, sometime. You know,
but that's a little rough right now. Like
God. I'm gonna.
That's There were no trucking streams without Jeff.
Well, if you give me time to, I'll actually set up and drive during that.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, and you know what? I won't practice or anything, so I'll be very terrible at it. Everyone will be better than me. So where I was laughing at people getting lost in the parking lot, it'll be my moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too soon for the trucking stream for me right now, chat. It's too soon. That's something I'm going to have to work up to.
Yeah. Emma, thanks for the 5. I had to dismantle all the Legos when I moved, and now I'm looking forward to putting them all back together. I love Lego. Yeah, I love them. Like I said, I can't stand to put them together.
Really? I find it so relaxing. I love it. I zone out. My favorite way to build is at the dining room table with my headphones in, watching YouTube while I or like a Netflix show or something while I build.
I have to give too much of my attention to it. You know, I like to do 3 or 4 things at one time, and it takes so much of my attention that I get frustrated with it. I think it's less to do with it. It's just like setting down. I don't like to put together like a puzzle. You know, set down 500 pieces or 1,000 pieces. I get frustrated with that because it just. Again, I can't. I like to watch TV, look at legal documents, listen to an audio book. I might have music playing at the same time, and there'll probably be something else that's happening there. So there's usually 5 things going on at once, and there's enough overstimulation that I feel comfortable. but just that one thing. Like I said, I can't do it well like that. I have to pay too much attention. Chris, thanks for the joining there. And I hope I have a friend as good as Megan has been to Jeff. What a guy, what a friendship. We need more people like this everywhere. Indeed, you know.
Frankly, I would say Jeff was a better friend to me than I was to him.
You're a good friend to him, too. I witnessed it myself. Y'all were good friends. Y'all were good friends together.
We were good friends, but like everything, you know, I've got a million things going on, and there are regrets. I regret I didn't show up at certain fucking Friday streams because Friday is my night when I do mostly family stuff, but I hated saying no to him. I hated it. Every time he would invite me to something on a Friday night and I couldn't go, I hated saying no. And I wish I went to the last one. I didn't have a good reason not to. I was just having some personal stuff going on and I didn't feel like it. And Jeff would always be like, I know you don't feel good, but just come stream with me and then you will feel good. I'll make you feel good. And he was right. He would. Every time. But I didn't go. So that's on me.
Well, hindsight, it's very clear. You know, I regret things like that, but it doesn't fix it. You know, if nothing else, it tells me about valuing people and you know, and time is finite. So I don't know. I just value people.
Well, it sure has made me want to say yes to my friends more often. I'll tell you that much. It really has. It's made me, that regret makes me want to say yes the next time somebody asks me to do something, you know?
Yep. I'm 100% that for sure. Let's see. K-Rap, thanks for the 32 months there. Appreciate that. Put up a link to get honors, gifts and go. The messages, pin it to the top. Yeah, it's been flowing through the whole time. So that was good. You know, I'm thinking it's actually picked up. It actually picked up some momentum.
Here, I'll paste it again. It's going, it's been pasted a bunch of times. It'll be okay. And we will figure out.
That's the thing. We're trying to figure out.
Also, I need to get the clips. You guys, in order to do a good memorial stream, I don't want to sit around and just cry about Jeff. I want to have the funniest clips I can find. And that is going to take some time. We want to have a laugh fest. Jeff would not want us sitting around crying. He wanted us telling jokes. But in order for that to happen, like, we need a couple weeks. Okay, we really do. We need some time. The clips are being gathered currently. But that's going to take some time. We have to watch through some of these streams I want to go all the way back, you know? I want to go all the way back to the Johnny Depp trial. That's going to take some time. It's just going to take some time. I know Rogue Mama and Rosalind Duke are working on the clips. They are doing such a good job. So if you guys have favorite clips, by the way, of Jeff that you want to see in a memorial stream, make sure that you contact Rugu Mama and Rosalind Duke, because they are collecting all of the clips. And we're going to have, it's got to be good. You know, I don't want to just sit around and just whine and moan. Jeff would not appreciate that.
I wouldn't. That's the thing. Like, I've got to have my game on, you know. I got to have my game face on, and I've got to be able to laugh and enjoy that. I have to say, though, one thing that did help, I think was very cathartic, was that Thursday stream where we went over that case. I think that's good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and next Thursday, this coming Thursday, if it's not Christmas Day, what day is Thursday?
Wednesday, isn't it?
I guess I should check.
Christmas Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday.
Oh, perfect. Well, then the day after Christmas is, Christmas is Wednesday. Thursday is the 26th. So we will be doing part 2 of the retro trial that Jeff was doing, and we get to watch part 2 with Jeff of Massachusetts v. Woodward. And we will be watching that on Thursday. So, because Thursdays we're going to continue doing Jeff's, on my channel, I'm going to do Jeff's retro trials on Thursday. And we're going to get through the one that he started but didn't get to finish. So it'll be good.
I think it'll be a lot of fun there. I think it was a lot of fun. The first one was.
It was, and it'll be great. And then That's the last one we'll get with him on Thursday, because that was the last one he did. And then we'll move on from there on our own with Jeff's friends. Jeff's friends are all invited to this. Hayden hopefully will come by.
He also picked the trial, so I mean, and it's been a funny one so far. I mean, the subject is horrific, but the people,
but the characters are great.
Oh my lord,
the characters are great. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thanks for the 5 there. The case is the best anti-advertisement for hiring Bruce. It's definitely not been a good one so far for that. Warrior B, thanks for the 5. Dang it, YouTube. It won't let me send what I want. Look at, Save Devin? I'm speaking in code. Love you both. Merry Christmas.
Save Devin?
It's, mail me. Just mail me or mail Megan. I don't know. My brain is not translating that.
Right, I don't know, but I have a locals meme for you. It's PVB. I won. I won.
That's beautiful.
What'd you win, Bruce? What did you win?
What did he win? Potentially, allegedly trapped in another state. Winning.
Locals, meganfox.locals.com. If you are a member over there, you can be in the live chat, which means you can make memes and send them. The meme farmers are slaving away on the meme plantations, where I have them working day and night just for your entertainment. And they pay for the privilege. They pay for the privilege of being on the meme plantation. It's amazing.
Poor meme farmers. They work so hard for you, Megan. They work so hard.
They do. Puzzled Puzzler, by the way, I see that you sent a $1 tip on locals. Thank you for that. It says Bruce is winning? ?
I think they misspelled whining.
What? He did.
That's what it is.
That must be a misspelling.
Now I understand that, man. I've been translating wrong. Speaking of that, Bridget, thanks for the month there. Hey, from New Orleans. Hey there, from Tennessee. Appreciate you there. Thank you. Sandra D, thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Sandra D. Appreciate you there. Thank you very much. You know what? We hit 49 super chat. That's crazy. These days they've been amazing. So 49 super. That's awesome. Thank you, folks. Rebel Bird, thanks for the 20 there. Take my monies. Take my monies. If you insist. Thank you, Rebel Bird. Appreciate you. Ashad, thanks for the 10 there. Love the groupie cash train. Merry Christmas, Tug. Megan, mods, and Tugs. Thugs. Y'all are the best. Yes. Love to everyone. Love to the mods. Love to the chat. Love to everyone. Love to Megan there. Appreciate you too, Megan.
Thank you.
It's been fun. It has been fun. Again, we've had some heavy subjects in the last week, but we managed. Like I said, I was really stunned by how well Thursday went. I thought, man, I'm going to make it through like 10 minutes of this. And I'm going to be like, I can't do this.
I know. A lot of people a couple of people left me messages on that and said, I couldn't watch this. I wasn't ready to hear his voice. I felt that way. Tug will tell you the first couple of days. I was like, I can't watch any of it. I can't. I want to, but I can't hear it. So I understand that totally. But when you are ready to hear it, you should go back and watch it on the replay, because we are having a lot of fun watching it with Jeff. And frankly, when I'm finished with this Massachusetts v. Woodward, I might actually restream the Hard Tongue Witch trial with Jeff, just so I can watch it with him. It is so funny. I've been watching that. I've started that's the playlist I chose for Jeff's, on my browser that I have just playing in the background. And I laugh so hard. I've already gotten a couple clips. And that's what it's going to take, by the way, is me watching Jeff to find the clips I want to use to explain to you why this man was so special. But that trial is so fucking funny. And Jeff's God, did you see? I have to play the clip for you right now. You're gonna die. I don't even know if you saw this. I think I tagged you in it, but I have to show it to you. I have to show everyone. This heart-hung witch trial that he did mostly with Hayden was so freaking funny. Let me show you this right now. Look at this. Watch this. Can you see it? Is it on the screen? I don't know because I'm on a different
screen. No.
It's not? Oh. Okay, hold on.
Here, you want me to pull it up here?
Yeah, pull it up because I have screens in the wrong place. Tell me when you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, so you ready?
Yeah. Sorry, gotta get back to his close up. All right. See, anyone who knows anything about zombies, and I happen to be a zombie expert, will know that if one zombie starts making noises, it causes all of the other zombies in the area to start making the same noise. That's why, you hear the one zombie go, and then all the other zombies, and they come out and they attack who just happen to be there. Watch the other zombie in the back of the courtroom. We'll get this out of the way. See now, you just Hayden, can you do a zombie? Can you do a zombie noise here for our defendant? When we push play, you be the defendant.
He doesn't do very well.
Watch the
Hayden
other
does a
zombie
terrible
here
zombie.
in the back. This guy back behind
It's funny,
Agra from Dark Crystal. All right, go.
67.
Does look like her.
Okay.
See?
Did you see that guy? How the hell? Look at this. Look at how Jeff had such amazing timing. Look at the guy in the background.
67. Okay.
See?
I like the comparison to the lady in the background. Like, check this out.
Oh, girl from Dark Crystal.
Yeah, look,
I know.
that woman there. Okay, let's pull up a
Oh,
picture
God.
just to compare. So there she is. Look, I mean, they're very similar.
I know.
Structure.
Jeff loved that movie, by the way. He loved that movie, and he made those references a lot. And in fact, Elon Musk made a Dark Crystal reference the other day, and I think Flux retweeted it and was like, "Oh my God, I can't share this with Jeff.
Oh,
he
I
would
saw
die.
Yeah,
He
I
would
saw
absolutely
that.
die. He loved that movie." So it's things like that. And that trial, the coverage of that trial so far has been absolutely hilarious. So I may even just moving forward on Thursdays, I might just watch Legal Vices with my chat. I don't know. We'll see what happens after the Massachusetts v. Woodward.
Get that freaking opening Dark Crystal stuck in my head all the time. You know, Jeff, when he bring up Skeksis and stuff, I'd be like,
Oh.
another world, another time.
I don't even remember that movie. I need to rewatch it just because
it's
Jeff loved
so
it.
Good. It's such a good movie. You know, you would be rewarded.
I will. I remember. I've seen it. I just, because of my bad memory, my ADD, I don't remember it.
You'd enjoy it. Dart, thanks for the 10 there. Can you check on Robert Tower? I saw a comment next from him that concerned me. It might have been on Shizzy's channel. I don't see him in your chat.
I saw him earlier tonight in it was probably on Shizzy's channel. I think it's okay, but maybe he's just busy tonight. I wouldn't worry too much. I talked to Robert earlier actually in Shizzy's chat. He seemed to be all right.
Okay. Mama Bear, thanks for the 5 there. I just realized I got to get through membership. That's awesome. I love that. I love it. I love it. It drops on people and they're like, oh, heck yeah, I got one there. So that's why I love them so much. Thank you very much from whomever gave it. Appreciate it. And the South love those. Travis, thanks for the 2. Merry Christmas to Thugs. RIP. Legal Vices. Indeed. Merry Christmas to everybody. And love to Vices. Love to Jeff too. AJ Stowe. Thanks for the 23 months. 23 months there. Almost 2 years now. Howdy, folks. Happy holidays. Well, amen. Love to you. Appreciate you. 20 freaking 4 months. It's crazy. Becky, thanks for the 2 there. I have a solution for your don't do stupid stuff. I have a solution for it. For your don't do stupid stuff.
Yeah, I have a
is-
solution for you. Don't do stupid stuff if you don't want to be humiliated and embarrassed by the stupid
Oh, I
stuff.
thought you were
that
saying
do.
like I have a solution for that. I felt like that was a Bruce answer. You know, I have a solution. It's do stupid stuff. It's like no, you failed the exercise. Don't do.
Yeah, no, I think she meant,
Uh,
if you don't want to be embarrassed
do
and
stupid stuff,
humiliated,
yeah, for sure. Dart also said, sorry if I reacted about Robert Tower. I guess I misunderstood. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Be concerned about somebody and being like, yo, is this person okay? There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. Nothing to apologize for. You saw somebody there. You wanted to make sure they were okay. And man, I have to commend that. That's good. There's nothing wrong with it. Carolyn, thanks for the 6 months there. Professional focus, Doug. I wonder where that guy exists. I think people have been complaining to his supervisor about that.
yeah, definitely talk to his supervisor about how unprofessional he is.
Linda, people were talking about releasing balloons for Jeff. She said, don't release balloons. I fall at the ground and endanger wildlife. You can do it in like an area where it wouldn't matter, like where it could
at
actually
some
be
point,
controlled.
do you want the animals to survive who are too dumb not to eat balloons? I don't know. I feel like this is Darwin at work. I'm just kidding, Linda.
Man.
Linda, I'm
I know.
kidding. That was a joke. Of course, we don't want to endanger the little creatures who are too stupid to not eat balloons. That would be bad.
I know a human that ate balloons once.
No, shut up.
Dude, ate a pack of balloons, had to go to the hospital.
I mean, I don't know.
They
I
did
see
survive.
animals who are pretty smart,
I was just
feel
like, wait, you ate balloons? Like you realize
on
like,
purpose.
yeah, and they didn't have holes in them. Or that. I was like, so you swallow the balloon. You realize like, I mean, again, you weren't muling anything or anything like that. They just a pack of balloons. It was like you need to go to the hospital, and they did because it's like one wrong thing happens, and that could be catastrophic for you. So. The ER doctors, oh my God, they were so funny too. Like they ripped into them. Oh my God. I've never laughed so much at doctors chastising. The doctor was like, I mean, they were making a point out of them. Like they were going to embarrass them to not do this again. So they stood out and they were like, that's really dumb. And they were like, yeah, I know. And he's like, no, this is really dumb. You want me to show you how dumb? So they walked out in the hall and they pointed over to one of the nurses and they were like, hey, come here. I can't remember the nurse's name, but they were, hey, come here, nurse. Yeah, this is the guy that ate the balloons. It's that dumb. It's like, oh my God. It's just
Yeah, you're going to be a meme.
Yeah, I mean, 8 freaking balloons, a whole pack of them. It's amazing. An adult, by the way, not a kid or anything. It's an adult. Oh man, yeah. If you release balloons, definitely not out in the middle of the woods or anything like that for sure. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership there. Appreciate you, Fallen Hero. By the way, thank you being here all the time. Travis, thanks for the 2 there. I'm trying going to court with a fake leg. It sucks. I can only imagine like prosthesis or something. Oh, the way they are around here.
Yeah, peg leg would be really difficult. Why am I imagining a
You're imagining
right
like
now?
a pirate.
He's got like a hook for a hand.
Arr,
Peg
this
leg.
is not easy. Arr. You're like, no, that's probably not.
Court
That's not
security's
modern
like,
days, man.
sir, you cannot have a hook on your hand in court. There's like a sword attachment. They're like, sir, no, that's not any better.
They arrest you for propositioning. You're like, how did that? He brought a hooker to the court. You're like, no.
Travis, I am in no way making fun of your fake leg. I'm just making you part of the team.
I can only imagine like around
you're
here.
just part of the team, Like we're gonna bust on you too. Even if you don't have a leg.
Travis, good people. Travis has a great sense of humor.
Travis is not exempt from our jokes, okay? Treat him like everyone else. Just because he doesn't have a leg doesn't mean he can't laugh.
I know. That's when if that happened to me, I'd be like 4 and 2 legs ago. That's how I would do it. I made all kind. I had this friend who he owned a junkyard, and he have you ever heard that junkyard story? Did I ever tell it to you? If I haven't, I'll tell it to you in another live stream. It's longer.
Yeah, I
But-
don't.
Okay, well, I worked at a junkyard one time, and there was a pretty
Of course
crazy
you did.
accident.
Junkyard tug. Someone make a meme quick. Junkyard tug.
Well, this guy, he got hit by a halon tank, and the accident, it blew off one of his nethers, let's just say. And he used to, after he lived through this, it was a horrific accident. I'll tell you about it one day because it's a longer story. Crazy, but it's a longer story. But anyway, he would walk around with people. He would tell them this story. He'd walk around hobbling with a cane outside, and he would throw out a giant prune on the ground. And he'd be like, yeah, that accident blew off my nut. Wait a minute. There it is.
What?
Oh my God, I saw him do that to so many people. It was so freaky.
That's terrifying.
It was actually the perfect joke, though. Miss Grandma, thanks for the 6 months. Merry Christmas, Tug. Megan, all the Tugs, thugs. Thank you. Appreciate you. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Marcy Collins, thanks for the month there. Merry Christmas to everyone. Indeed. Merry Christmas to you, too. Merry Christmas to all of you. Like I said, it's a great time. Oh, it's almost here. Laura Bean, thanks for the 249. Much love to Lug and Bug. Indeed. Well, the grandma wore them down. They went over yesterday, spent the day, came home, and man, you could tell that like she had them, she just wore them down. They were like, oh, I'm gonna sack out, and they sacked out. They're still sacked out. To that, thanks for the 5 there. Recording would be useful for a jury to see. Yes, indeed. If they could see Lynette Preston, John Cook, indeed, I would want them to see that for sure. Even on the stand there, could you imagine how those two would be? Carolyn, thanks for the 5 there. Megan, go with the patient need. We can wait. Indeed.
Thank you.
I think a lot of people, people agree with that.
Well, it's just felt like a lot of pressure because everyone wants something right now.
I think we put that pressure on ourselves though, because you want to help family, you want to help, you want to do something there, and you put this pressure. No one else is reflecting. Yes, people do want a memorial and they want that, but put the pressure on ourselves to host and do other things, and
right.
It's not healthy or good. So yeah, you go at your pace. Laura, thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you very much, Laura. Appreciate you. Wendy, thanks for the 5 there. His mom, it's beautiful at night. It's mine. Oh, your tree.
The tree.
The tree, yeah.
Yeah, I bet it is. That tinsel it takes me right back
is.
to
It
my
looks good.
childhood. My dad used to be a tinsel snob. It was funny.
Tinsel snob.
Yes. So he would go to the store, and if they didn't have the heavy kind that doesn't fly away, he would get pissed off, and he would look and look and look for the heavy tinsel that lays straight.
He would tinsel this tree like pinky side out. I'm just imagining.
He was not like that. He just didn't like that flyaway stuff because it wouldn't look right. It wouldn't hang down. And it looks like you have the good kind that's hanging down the way my dad liked it. It was funny.
I like that though.
It's a beautiful
Tinsel
tree, and it
snob.
looks so old Americana. That's what I love about it, with the big colored bulbs and the tinsel. It's so 1940s. I dig it.
My girls have been, they enjoy Christmas and lights and everything else. It's good to see. I really like seeing Christmas through their eyes, remembering like how Christmas was exciting as a kid.
Mm-hmm. That Christmas tree in A Christmas Story, the one they had in their house, looked like every tree we ever had, always.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, with all the plugs in the wall, like too many plugs and sparks going off and having to, change the fuse. And I just remember that being the fuse changing, being a real thing all the time. Like, gotta change the fuse. I just remember that, like, there weren't enough outlets in the 1980s. I don't know why, but there weren't enough outlets for all the electrical things that we had. And then you would have to put all these things in, and then you'd get sparks, and then it would go dark, and then you got to go change the thing. And I remember that.
You would get sparks. It goes dark. Everything is frightening.
No, it wasn't. It was just like Dad would be like, "I'll get it," and it would come back on.
That's just funny, though. Oh,
I
I
know.
love it there. All right. I'm going to
love
start
that
calling
tree.
Bruce blah, blah, blah.
Blah,
And
blah,
now it's
blah.
going to be
Blah,
blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's perfect.
There he is. All right. You got to check your email, by the way. Thank you,
I've
Cecil.
seen my email. Thank you for sending. I will look at those documents, and if I can, corroborate, I will. If I can't, you won't hear about it. But thank you for sending.
That's fascinating there. Alabama Rose, thanks for the 30 months. Thanks for the laughs. Awesome show. Have a great weekend. Merry Christmas. RIP, Jeff. We miss you. Indeed. You have a great weekend, too. And again, as always, props to Jeff. Dan Davis, thanks for 5. ATS Convoy Stream with Megan, Flux, Tug, MG Law. It'll happen.
It'll
sometimes.
happen. It'll happen.
happen.
But you guys don't want me to be sobbing, right? You want me to be able to keep it together, right? So we may need to give it another week or two.
So I am redirecting to Flashcast tonight. Am I going over there? I'm planning on it. I won't be there right off from go, but I'm planning on dropping in. So I do. I'm planning on hitting more Flashcasts. Again, yellow
What's
flash
the
and all.
topic tonight? Do you know?
I don't even know. I just show up and bullshit. And if I don't know about a topic, if it's not something I know, I just play video games. And people are like, is Tug still alive? No, I just don't know. If I'm really quiet on it, it's either there's no mic discipline and everybody's insane. So that will make me quiet. If it's, like insane and everybody talks over each other. But that usually, it doesn't happen as much on Flashcast. Like I don't really care about mic etiquette as much there because I know most people and I'll just talk. I don't give a fuck about that. I'll just yell at them on stream. They're friends, who cares? But it's either that on streams or I don't know a topic. If I don't know a topic, I'm not going to weigh in. So if I go quiet on there'll be another topic. There's plenty of them. So yeah, I'm planning on dropping in, and I am redirecting there for sure. So people check it out. And if you get offended easily, again, don't go over there. Have fun. Don't let people offend you. We take offense. Offense isn't given; it's taken. Don't take offense to shit. Just enjoy life. Re-arrive. Thanks for the 2 there. I'm a balloon modeler. Please don't release them into the wild. Yeah, her models, man. Have you seen those, Megan?
Yeah, they're awesome. Oh my God.
They're absolutely great. Dan, thanks for the 5 there. As that was supposed to say, Memorial ATS. Oh, with everybody and Connor. Connor is welcome to come on. I don't know what Connor would want to do or anything, but if
he's totally welcome, Connor. If you want to play American Trucking Simulator with us, you're welcome to. I just don't want to drag him into a world he doesn't want to be.
We're a bunch of fucking nuts too. I don't know any culpability. Like I don't want to say something on there, and again, I don't know what he does in his real life or anything else.
Right.
I know how internet is, and we're a bunch of nuts.
Yeah, we're a bunch of assholes. Like you might want to think about whether you want to come on with us.
Yeah.
Connor is asking, what is it on? It's on Steam. It is American Trucking Simulator, and we do convoy streams.
Welcome, ma'am.
Yeah, you're totally welcome to play. We play online sometimes, and your dad loved it. We would drive for hours. He would pay me to keep driving. I have to find that clip.
And don't think it's about being good. It's actually the whole joke is how awful most of us would be at anything. So, I mean, that's the whole point.
Right. It's about how fast we can get there, not about how many rules we obey. But
how many
there's a clip of
how
Jeff.
many cows Megan sees while we're driving.
They're not cows. They were bison. Shut up. Everyone's trying to gaslight me into thinking I didn't see the bison, but I did. And it was verified to me by an ATS player who plays all the time. Who was
I thought you were going to say by ATF. I was like, what? Wait. I talked to the ATF.
No, I talked to an ATS player who was like, you saw bison. They were totally there. I'm like, thank you. But Connor, yeah, it's on Steam. It's called American Trucking Simulator. Your dad loved it. We would drive for hours. There's a clip of him. I got to find it. I was telling the chat, I'm not staying for another trip unless you guys pay me $100. I'm not doing it because I'm tired. And what happens? Your dad sends me $100. And he was on the stream with me.
Yeah.
He was on the stream, and I was like, Jeff, that's not fair. That wasn't in the rules. That wasn't in the rules. That wasn't the game. And so like he wanted to play. He never wanted to stop playing that game. He would do it for hours.
He's just fucking funny. He's just a funny person, man. Let's see. 2 more. Coyote Bay, thanks for the month there. You going to listen to Norad tracking Santa with the kids? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
of course.
I actually use there's an app that it only works for the little one, but Santa can send videos to your kids, and they're interactive and stuff. Yeah. So that also, it helps with, like, if there's behavior or anything else, you can do that. I like it. It's really good. And what is that? Cutie Pie, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. All right. I'm going to redirect to Flashcast again. If you get offended easily, don't do that. I don't want to hear people complaining about it later on. Oh, how dare you? You got your warning. Okay. If you want to go and have fun and listen to people, you may not even care about the subject, but they'll be funny and interesting. So I'm going to redirect there. Yeah, we'll see what happens next. I don't even know what's coming up next, Megan. So appreciate you being on here, Megan, too.
No problem.
Okay, let's end it.
Good night, everybody.